it was really bad how it looks. And he said, you can't train your eyeball to be stronger. It is what it is. There's protection here and here, but he obviously got no protection because the fingers were straight in. The fight should have been stopped. He couldn't see. It was a foul. He couldn't see. Then you can't fight. You know, if he'd have got knocked out with a head kick next, then it would have been worse. I don't know. And then he said, sometimes when your eyes here like that, it can become displaced and stay there. And they did a few tests on that, and they said it doesn't seem like that. And his vision on
Tom Aspinall and the entire Aspinall family are absolutely furious with Dana White after what went down in the post-fight interview followed.
Showing, shitty ending, you know. I think that after the Jones fight, a lot of people wrote Cyril Gane off. He looked damn good tonight.
Yeah, what did you think about the fight on its way to the eye poke? What did you take from those 4 minutes?
Good. Looked like we were in for a few rounds and it was going to be a good fight.
It would seem obvious that a rematch is right on the cards. Would you like to just rebook these guys as soon as Tom is able to get back in there?
Yeah. Total pain in the ass, but yes.
Tom didn't want to continue in the fight. I mean, could you imagine if you're Tom Aspinall listening to that? Could you imagine? I mean, we know that no one from the UFC was with him at the hospital. We saw that on his video blog. Could you imagine how this guy must be feeling on this Monday? Everyone calling him into question, his heart into question, because he got poked in the eye multiple times. One of them knuckle deep, and his promoter is saying Tom didn't want to continue. Not Tom was fouled with an illegal strike, multiple illegal strikes. Let me ask you a question. If that happened in some alternate universe to AJ, to Anthony Joshua, what do you think Eddie Hearn is saying? Eddie Hearn's probably still at the hospital with him. That's the difference. That's what I talk about. How do you think Tom feels on this Monday? Do you think he wanted it to end like that? Do you think that Tom was saying to himself, you know what? I got a bloody nose. The going got tough here. Peace out, guys. I'm out. Again, the fight wasn't as one-sided as people want you to believe. Yeah, I know it was weird that he was bloody. And yeah, I know it was weird that he was losing a round. We never see him lose rounds. We never see it go past the 2 minute and 2 second mark. That's his fight average going into this fight. But do you guys really think that he was looking for a foot?
Is he doing? The left one was really deep. The left one was really deep. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Got one for it. Yeah, twice before he got one for it.
Mike Bisping, he lost his eye. It's just a horrendous thing to think as a parent, really. And I know what it's like these days with people saying what they want, but if it's just your son and they could lose an eye and their health and they've got children to look after, you know, something needs doing about it. Yeah, sorry.
UFC 321 after everything Tom has done for the UFC, staying loyal, staying humble. Being the company's clean-cut heavyweight face, Dana White completely disrespected him in front of the entire world, instead of showing support for a fighter who just suffered one of the nastiest eye pokes in UFC history. Dana chose to publicly say that Tom decided not to continue. No acknowledgement of the fact that Cyril Gane poked him twice, with the final one being a knuckle-deep double eye gouge that forced the doctor to stop the fight. This wasn't a cut, this wasn't a bruise. Tom's vision was gone.
I just walked out of watching this fight. I'm out here on campus. ESPN is right out my window if you find that interesting. All right. I share that with you because I'm mad. I'm mad. But I don't know who I'm mad at. Tom did not do anything wrong. Tom was poked in the eye. As a matter of fact, he was poked in both eyes. Now, I don't believe Cyril did that on purpose. So, I also can't or am not mad at Cyril. But I am mad. I'm looking for somebody to blame. But I don't quite know who to blame. Now, before we get to that, okay, there was a pretty interesting fight going on. The story going into this fight is Tom has the power to just go knock him out. We're not saying Tom's a better kickboxer. We get that Surreal did that for many years of his life. We get that Surreal had over 30 professional kickboxing bouts. But Tom, a little younger, a little bigger, shown to have a little bit better power if you just want to look at results, and has the ability to knock him out. However, if Tom tests that and doesn't knock him out, he'll just take him down and beat him up.
Yeah, I don't really like the notion of that either. It didn't look like he won, and then he's getting a title shot. I think people are a little bit sour about that. I just want to fight. I want to be as active as possible. I want to fight as much as frequently as I possibly can. Yeah, I just want to get back to what I do.
But a lot of this could have been calmed down. A lot of this could have been quieted, could have been subdued if perhaps, I don't know, the
referee warned Gann twice earlier for open fingers. Yet Dana White didn't mention Gann's name once when talking about the incident. Instead, he praised Gann's performance, saying how great he looked, how he bloodied up Tom Aspinall, and how the fight could have continued all while Tom was being taken to the hospital, sitting there alone with no UFC reps by his side, only to find out the man who's supposed to have his back was out there throwing him under the bus on live TV. According to people close to Tom, he's absolutely livid.
It wasn't as one-sided as people want you to believe. Yeah, I know it was weird that he was bloody, and yeah, I know it was weird that he was losing a round. We never see him lose rounds. We never see it go past the 2 minute and 2 second mark. That's his fight average going into this fight. But do you guys really think that he was looking for a way out? And again, I bring up the topic that I brought up last week, and I bring up the topic that I've been bringing up ever since I've been sitting in a chair like this, talking into a camera like that. This notion of intentional versus unintentional is the stupidest shit in sports. Period. Period. You don't hear it anywhere else. Let me ask you guys a question. Yesterday, I'm watching the New York Knicks against the Miami Heat. Crucial juncture of the game. Knicks are down like 8 or so. They have the ball. Josh Hart gets called for an offensive foul. Illegal screen. Do the referees converge and say, like, did he mean to do that or did he not mean to do that? No. A foul is a foul. Ball goes the other way.
It doesn't mean in any way, shape, or form here that Tom Aspinall was struggling. He fucking wasn't. Cyril Gane's a good technical fighter. He was making it more difficult to catch him. But it wasn't like he was dishing out loads of punishment just because Tom had a bloody nose from a punch. Fucking Floyd Mayweather had a black eye from fucking Deji. A little bit of damage when you're in there throwing big fucking fists at each other is going to happen sometime. It does not reflect the way the fight is actually going. Little bit of blood. As long as you can breathe out that nose, you are fine. And it's this context that in the MMA and fight world, people just fucking ignore for some reason.
I saw Tom Aspinall on there land some nasty stuff too. I saw Tom Aspinall throw a high kick. I've never seen him throw a high kick, and it's partly because he's never had to throw a high kick. There are layers to these guys' games that we have to find only when they're fighting someone that not only deserves to be in there with them, but can extend them to a point where they have to use all of their weapons.
I mean, look, DC knows MMA. I'm not going to say he's talking total shit there, but I think if Tom Aspinall is being experimental in there and showing us things that he's not showing us before, I don't think for 1 second it's because I'm going to struggle here. I need to throw a high kick. I've never done that before. I don't think that's in his mind at all. He's so comfortable in there. He is showing...
Betrayed, humiliated, and shocked at how quickly Dana turned on him after one unfortunate accident. Tom reportedly told people backstage, "I gave everything to this company and this is what I get. I didn't quit. I couldn't even see, but I'll make sure when I'm back, they'll never question me again." And who can blame him? For over a year, the UFC has stalled his career dangling the Jon Jones fight, making him wait, forcing him into matchups that made no sense. And then, when he finally steps into the cage, an accidental eye poke ends it all. And suddenly, he's the villain. His father, Andy Aspinall, didn't hold back either. He's spoken publicly, saying he's disgusted with the way the UFC has handled Tom and that once his current contract ends, Tom will be walking away from MMA and moving to boxing where he'll be treated with more respect and earn what he deserves. It's heartbreaking to see. The UFC has lost so many top-tier athletes over the years because of this kind of behavior. Francis Ngannou, Nate Diaz, Tito Ortiz, the list goes on. And now it looks like they're about to lose another one. Because if Tom Aspinall walks away, the UFC's heavyweight division will crumble. The MMA community is torn. Figures like Ariel Helwani and Michael Bisping have defended Tom, saying the eye poke was disgusting and that Dana's comments were out of line. Fans have been calling Dana heartless and shameless, while others, mostly Gann supporters, claim Tom should have continued. But the reality is simple. When your eye gets pierced by another man's finger, there's no fighting through it. There's only damage control. Tom Aspinall isn't just angry, he's done being disrespected. And if he walks away, Dana White might finally learn what happens when you push a real fighter too far.